Hello, my beautiful angels. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel Palacios. If you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into today's topic. It's no secret that our society tends to get really afraid when it comes to aging, when it comes to reaching a certain point in your life, a certain age, or just a certain milestone, right? A lot of people tend to have, especially people of my generation, we just tend to have this mentality that once you reach 30, 40, 50, or you have kids or you get married, it's kind of like all the fun is over. Let's pack it up, settle down. And there's such a negative connotation around it. I notice that a lot of times when we get to these milestones or these ages, we tend to just accept our fate and give up in a sense. And this is why we have this mentality that life ends at a certain age, or life stops being fun or stops being enjoyable, because we have been conditioned to have a fixed mindset. So I had my daughter at 27. She was born when I was 27. Now I'm 29. She's a year and a half. And I feel like I am just getting started. It's almost like thinking of turning 30 doesn't feel like such a dreadful thing like it did whenever I was 24 or 25. It's just kind of like, oh, it's another birthday coming up. Maybe I'll feel a little different when I get closer to my birthday, but I have just worked so much on my mentality, on my vision for the future, that I just feel like this is going to be a new beginning. And I love that on social media, especially, women are showing that, oh, life doesn't end at 30, or it doesn't end at 40, it doesn't end at 50. That they're actually showing the other side of it, because there is just such a silly, irrational fear about getting older. And it's because you've accepted your fate. And it's not even about getting older. It's also with people who have been through difficulty in life, especially if you went through a lot of difficulty in your younger years. You may feel like, oh, because I was raised a certain way, or because I didn't grow up around these type of people, or because my parents were broke, or they were addicts, or this was this and that I have to accept my fate and thus go in that same direction. Obviously, it's a limiting belief, but also it is undermining your true power. It is undermining your potential. And let me tell you, if anyone has made you believe that you can't achieve great things or do get great things because of where you were born, or what your age is, or who your parents are, or your past, these people are simply afraid of your potential. They're afraid of what you can accomplish. It's kind of like the crabs in a bucket analogy. If you come from the same place they come from, they don't want to see you doing better than them. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that. So that's why you gotta be careful with who you surround yourself with. It's better to be alone than in bad company. We have to start taking responsibility and saying, okay, if I'm alive right now, if I have breath in my lungs, as long as you have a little bit of hope, and you have breath in your lungs, and you have life, you can change your life. You can go in the direction you wish to go into. A lot of us have come from a difficult past, and a lot of us have been through many things, right? And collectively, we all went through a big awakening, a big dark night of the soul, a big just disruption of life as we knew it. And for us millennials, that started with 9/11, but then the pandemic happened. For a lot of us, that just shook your world upside down. You lost people you didn't think you would. Your business changed, your life changed, your school changed, all these different things changed, your mental health, your finances changed, right? So collectively, there's a huge wound. The thing is, with those wounds or those traumas or those things that we've been through, we can't let them keep us stuck. We can't let those define us and tell us what we're worthy of or not. Because believe it or not, as humans, we are very resilient. We are a resilient species. And we have been through things as a human race that, we couldn't even conceive of in the modern era. Spanish flu was one in most recent history, but Black Death and all these different things in the past. We also went through the Great Depression, so many crises in the past, and not to mention horrible governments, tyrants, empires that, enslaved people and did so many awful things Yet as a human species, we are here. As a human species, so many beautiful things have occurred, so many beautiful things were accomplished, and so much good is to be had in the world. Kind of went off on a tangent, but if you have kind of like this doom and gloom mentality, just switch off the devices and the TV for a week and see how you feel about life. Separate from people who are dragging you back into that chaos. Because if we want to accomplish something in life, if we want to better our circumstances, which not everyone wants to better their circumstances, and that's fine. That's your life, that's your prerogative. But if you want better for yourself, for your family, you have to start having tunnel vision towards the life you wish to have. You have to start putting in the effort and the energy. Last video we talked about energy. Your energy is so powerful. It is sacred. It is a privilege. And if we don't direct that energy towards what we want and taking it away from what we don't want, then we're going to continuously fall victim to outside circumstances or to people or to things. This is your reminder to start slowing down. Slow down your to-do list, simplify it as much as you can. Start to learn the art of letting go of things that are beyond your control, because we suffer and we get caught up in so much that isn't in our control. We're trying to play God when we can just release and let go and let God take control. And that is something that has helped me a lot in my life. I always think God doesn't want us to be looking backwards. God wants us to keep moving forward and to be resilient. And that's something I've learned in my own faith journey, is to keep moving forward, because I was not put on this earth to be sad. I was not put on earth to be stuck on my past. That is the enemy, if you will, telling you to be stuck on your past, that you can't be new, you can't grow, you can't prosper. And I do not wish to listen to the enemy. So I listen to God, I listen to the divine. If you are in a place where you feel stuck in your life, if you feel like you're not moving in the direction you wish to go into, it's okay. I think we've all been there, but we have to start taking responsibility and taking action over what it is that we actually do want from this beautiful life. One thing that I started to do whenever I was in a rut or I was feeling very down, I decided, okay, I have control over about a couple of hours, well, actually more than that, but in the morning, before my daughter wakes up, I have control of what I do in the morning before she wakes up and dictates my day, basically, because I'm a stay-at-home mom as well as a business owner. I love to be present with my daughter. And at first I thought I couldn't be present with my daughter and work on business. I decided, okay, instead of feeling overwhelmed and just accepting my fate and saying, okay, I have to choose, I decided, okay, what can I do to better have a handle on the day and negotiate my time block, wake up, have a morning routine, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, having some quiet time, then dedicating time to my daughter. And then in the afternoon, my spouse comes home from work. That's my time to work, right? Or that's my time to get things done. That's my time to do this. So we switch off like that because I didn't want to have a nanny or childcare. Really wanted to be present and make sure that my daughter had us during these first precious years of life. So that was my priority, and I decided to make it a priority, and that is what I'm working with. But I also love to work on projects. I love to, do creative work. That's something I always see as, I don't feel guilt about it. I don't feel shame about it as a mother. I actually say this is for our betterment as a family. This is allowing me to feel fulfilled, thus making me a more present and happy mom. So that morning routine has been so crucial to me. As well as the morning routine is the night routine. That night routine has been so powerful for me as well, because it gives me my time to relax, to have a restful night's sleep, and makes me productive and also just functional during the day. Because as a mom, your energy levels will go through all these different things, especially that first year of life. So you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So number one, self-care is so important. From that stems everything, because if you're feeling drained, either you need more sleep, either you need to get some blood work done. You need to start exercising a little bit more. You need to start eating better, which eating clean has helped me so much mentally, and getting your minerals, your vitamins, nutritious food, whatever you can. I always say start small. Start with the morning routine, start with something that makes you feel better. If that's just putting your makeup on in the morning, listening to a podcast, doing something for you. Even if you're not a parent, even if you're single, making sure that you're not just waking up and stumbling into the day is so important, and not getting directly on your phone in the morning is so important. My second thing is to block out time, at least an hour a day, to work on a project, to work on something that's important to you, whether that's a business, whether that's learning a new language, whether that's developing a new skill, that you take an hour for those things that perhaps you decide this is a priority for me. And if I don't get myself to get this done, then nobody else is going to do it for me, kind of thing. This is to help my growth, this is to help my future, then do that, right? Even if it's journaling, even if it's scripting, even if it's making a dream board, even if it's something creative, block out an hour of your day anytime, because you are showing yourself that you are a priority, that what's important to you has to be a priority. And that way you can move forward with the things that you want to do. Third thing is to stop letting arbitrary things like age, looks, what your ex said about you, your past, all those things to dictate who you are. Nobody else can dictate who you are. You can dictate who you are. You say who you are. You decide who you are, and that's between you and God, right? That's between you and the Creator. Don't let anyone or anything of this earth, anything physical, keep you that way, especially when it comes to aging. We've all seen those people who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and they're in great shape, and you see it's their mentality. They have this positive mentality. They have this growth mentality. You know, you see people in their 90s running marathons, and our society, unfortunately, likes to keep us sick mentally, physically. And those people who are living to those advanced ages, they're doing things that are not the norm, right? They're doing things in the contrary. So they're walking every day, they're keeping active, they're eating, they're very happy. It's mental. So don't let anything get up here that's gonna hinder you, right? You gotta protect this mind, just like you protect your heart. You gotta protect those things and keep moving forward with a mindset that is saying, okay, I messed up, I effed up, I made a mistake, I'm going to keep moving forward, right? I messed up on my diet, that's fine. Next day you hop back on, you bounce back, you hop back on the train, and you keep moving forward. No matter how many times you fall off, you hop back on that train. And this is something that has been very personal to me, because postpartum for me was probably one of the most difficult periods in my life, just mentally and physically. I was just drained. And so I took my power back with my health. I decided, okay, I'm not going to feel bad about my weight. I'm not going to get in my head right now about my weight. I'm going to take my time losing weight, getting healthy again. My new normal may look different, but that's okay. It's going to align with my body, with my mental health. So didn't exactly make a plan, but I did little changes over time, and that began to create a momentum, like a snowball effect. And then it created bigger changes, and it's all about the daily routine. So I changed my daily routine. My daughter became a little bit more independent. I haven't completely left breastfeeding, but she's kind of weaning off on her own a little bit. She's 20 months, so I wanted to make it to 2 years, but I'm okay with that. So my body feels like it's more my own. And when you're breastfeeding, you're just hungry all the time. So for me, it was like I was eating a ton, but didn't have the energy to work out. But it's kind of like, you start taking little steps, going for walks, things like that. If you guys want a video to any new moms out there, or soon to be moms, or you don't have to be a new mom, but any moms out there who want videos on that, let me know. But that's just an example. Doing small little things to get you to be motivated, because we cannot wait for motivation. We cannot wait for inspiration. It's like, I think it's a Picasso quote that says, inspiration has to find you working. So you have to start putting in the work for the motivation, for the inspiration to come. If you're feeling stuck in life, you just have to take one little step, and take that little step and do it every single day. That is the key. Don't accept your fate. It's okay to have setbacks. We all have them. We all make mistakes. We all have a past. We all do things or have been through things or have dealt with things that we feel like we're the only people in the world going through them. But you're not. We all go through these things, and some of us deal with it differently than others. But what's important is that you decide to get up and keep moving forward, and know that if your financial situation is not where you want it to be, if your physical health is not, or your mental health, you can grow, you can change. It might not be perfect, it might not be exactly how you envision it, but you can move forward and you can adapt. That's what humans are. We are adaptable beings. We are very powerful beings. And as much as we're told that we are weak, or we're victims, or we're not good enough, or whatever, that's the enemy talking. You don't need to listen to that. Life is always going to have problems, and there's always going to be setbacks, but you will look back one day and be super proud that you did what you did, and that you moved forward, and you invested in yourself, and you did what was right for yourself. And that's always amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to join me for the Natural Feminine Experience. I will be deep diving into 7 different areas of your life on how to create a soft, intentional, feminine lifestyle. If that is something that interests you, please sign up below at the link. These spots are limited, and I think this is the only time I will be doing this seminar this year because it is loaded with a lot. It's a huge undertaking. Don't miss out on this, guys, because a lot of times my seminars only go once. So visit the link below to sign up for my 7-day Natural Feminine Experience. If you liked this video, please sure to like, hit subscribe, and comment down below. What are you choosing to let go of? What is the new story that you wish to write for yourself? What direction do you wish to take your life from here? And as always, remember this: no matter who you may be in this life, no matter what you may be going through or what you look like, always remember your true beauty, your true worth, and your true power always come from within. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.